Hey, this is Cragen from Heathen, and you're watching CMS TV.
myhappydesires.com. Visit us at myhappydesires.com and add some toys to your toy box. Let your imagination be the guide to your stress relief. myhappydesires.com has everything for the perfect play night. Alone or not, you choose. Fuel your desires without breaking the bank. myhappydesires.com.
Well, let's hope he stays David Foster and doesn't go Phil Spector.
Right. Dead, but not before he fucking blasted a hole in that one chick's head. Jesus Christ. Yeah. That C-level actress chick.
Yeah. Yeah. I was watching this documentary on her this week, and wow. What a fucking miserable prick that guy was to have that much success and just to be every time they showed him in an interview all the way back to like the 60s or whatever, he was a cunt.
Yeah, he was a kook.
He was a nutbag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was an eccentric guy, but because of his, I don't know what you want to call studio genius, if you will, people let that nuttiness slide. It's like, well, he's eccentric and he's a little bit this way and that way, but boy, he's a genius when it comes to making hit makers.
Yeah, he was a genius at making music, but a fucking failure at life itself.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, he was an oddball for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of documentaries,
yes,
did you watch the Casey Anthony documentary on
the interview one?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I did. All 4 episodes or whatever it was.
Three episodes.
Yes, I did.
Now, what is your takeaway on that? Are you convinced that her father is the one who orchestrated all of this, or do you think she was fully involved?
She killed that kid.
Okay.
100%. She admitted it. See, she is a classic narcissistic liar.
Mm-hmm.
Classic. What people that lie do all the time is they tell a lie, but they sprinkle in just a nugget of truth in it.
Yeah.
To make it so that you don't think it's a lie. And she admitted that in this documentary.
Well, she said it numerous times. Well, I lied about this and I lied about that. And the reason I lied is because of this and because of that. And I was trying to normalize my life and I was trying to cover this up and cover that up. And, she admitted that numerous times through that documentary.
Yeah. But then she goes and says, but now I don't do that anymore. Now I'm good.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Bullshit. She fucking whacked that kid. I don't give a shit. She can explain away all the other stuff. She can blame the dad. Maybe the dad did fuck her in the ass from 8 to 12. I don't know. And I really don't care. I know this, though. She didn't report her kid missing for 31 fucking days.
Yeah. An entire month.
And even bad moms, even people that are not good moms, they're still freaking out when their kid gets 2 aisles away from them in the fucking grocery store.
I agree.
And she's just like, and even the phone call, to when the mother called the 911 operator to arrest her because the kid was missing.
Yeah.
The mother's freaking the fuck out. And then they put Casey on the phone and she's like,
hello.
Yeah. Hello. What do you need?
Yeah.
Just completely calm. She totally whacked that kid.
Yeah.
100%. I don't buy it for a minute. I listened to all that horse shit, and maybe the dad did fuck her a bunch of times. It probably did. I'm not writing him off as innocent either, but I don't think he killed that kid. I just don't.
Do you think he had any involvement with disposing of the kid?
No.
You don't think her father had anything to do with the disappearance of the child at all?
No, I don't. And here's why I don't.
Okay.
Because if the father, who was a cop, that was an investigator, that knew how criminals act, and more to the point, knew how criminals get caught, if he was involved, no fucking way does he dump the body off 300 feet from his house.
Right.
He leaves his phone on the counter, drives to another state, and throws it away in a McDonald's dumpster. He does not do it. What they say, it was like 600 yards from his house.
It was 13 houses down, whatever that is.
And not even buried, just kind of thrown in the woods. Like,
yeah.
That's something that an immature idiot does when they're panicking.
Yeah.
Not a seasoned criminologist. You know, I mean, no, I don't buy it at all.
Right.
And I honestly watched it and I just was like, I hate this bitch.
She's got like a little bit of a Alanis Morissette meets what's your favorite girl with the big tits but is nutty from
Alyssa Milano?
Yeah. She's got sort of like a cross between Alyssa Milano and what's her name?
Alanis
Morissette. Like a cross between the two. Her look.
I don't know. She's got a pretty face. She's got a pretty silly putty face. Like it used to be pretty, but you kind of stretched it.
She's still got a great rack though.
Well, yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah. Little petite frame with a big rack.
Yeah. I mean, look, she still looks. She's damn fuckable.
Well, she's 30. What? She's 35 now. 30.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
She's still fuckable. Just don't let her watch her kids.
Right.
You know. Other than that, she's fine.
Well, the other takeaway for me, and you know, looking back, obviously 10 or 11 years since this whole thing transpired, is I absolutely, and I know, and I have even more disdain for them today, but I absolutely hate the media.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The media is so they form public opinion with all their own opinions, and they don't even know. They don't even know shit. They don't know, you know, they just all speculate, and then they bring in all their quote unquote their experts, and they more or less, you know, people who eat up that garbage and hang on every word. Who cares about that stuff? You know, the court of public opinion is formed by these media people, and they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, no, I mean, the experts, and they kept showing expert after expert that just had an opinion, and they don't know anything. They knew nothing. You know, and that fucking Nancy Grace.
Nancy Grace is a disgrace.
She is just a face asking to be punched. I mean, she's a despicable human being.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
And I'm not even saying that she's wrong in some of the stuff that she's saying, but just looking at her and the absolute false disgust that she puts out there, just fucking, look at that.
I know.
Wouldn't you just like to ball up your fist and bloody that?
Well, she's just a ghoul.
Yeah.
You know, she's just a media ghoul.
Yeah. She's just waiting for the next kid to be dead so she can castigate the parent again.
Right. Is she still on the air?
I don't know. I have no idea. She's in all these documentaries, which makes it seem like she's on the air still.
Yeah. But yeah, just the media reporting. And here's the other thing I wanted your opinion on while I'm watching this.
Yeah.
Now, who are, and again, I got to wonder, who are these people who have to make signs and are out there jeering, going, who are these people? Are they really passionate about that cause, or are they only doing this because of the media coverage and their chance to get on TV?
That's 100% it. And if I'm not mistaken, and I could be, so, you know, feel free to tell me if there's a time before this. That whole thing started with Ted Bundy's execution. Before that, people just kind of got arrested, went to jail, went to court, did their thing, got killed, you know, executed, whatever. When Bundy was executed, it was like a media circus. Like they were out there, they had keg parties and There was people that were, singing songs and, burn Ted burn and shit. There's tons. If you watch any Ted Bundy documentary on the day that he was executed,
right.
And then when he was executed, some cop came out and gave him the thumbs up sign that he was dead, and they're all celebrating and, acting like lunatics and whatever.
Yeah, but the thing is what drives somebody out of their house to go out there and protest or chant or whatever the fuck it is that people do.
It's now I have no idea why they do it, but pre social media, that was the white knighting. That was how you did the white knight, was you showed up at the courtroom and you held a sign for Nicole Brown Simpson's memory, or for
yeah. See, that's the thing. It's just like, you didn't even know her.
Yeah.
What are you doing out there? Why are you here?
Yeah. I mean, that was it back in that day before social media. Now everybody does it by putting up a fucking purple ribbon on their profile and say, I am concerned for this person.
Yeah, I stand with Ukraine.
Yeah, sure you do.
Yeah, whatever. What does that even mean?
Yeah, what is that? Yeah, how are you standing with Ukraine exactly?
Yeah, what is it you're doing exactly?
Yeah, unless you're standing in front of a building that has a target on it for a bomb, you're not standing for Ukraine. You're just making a dumb statement on Facebook, you fuck.
Right.
Shut up.
So I don't think I personally know anyone who would actually take the time to make a sign and march down to the courthouse somewhere and stand out there and jeer. And you know what it reminds me of is the scene from Clerks where they're standing there, cancer merchant, cancer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just yelling and jeering, and the court of public opinion has now condemned you to death. Death to you, baby killer.
Yeah.
It's just like, what? Why are you here? Do you really care that much?
Yeah, I never understand it on the small level like this. And to me, I consider that a small level, some dead baby. Not that it's not horrible or whatever, but it's just some dead baby of some person you don't know.
Yeah, who why are you here? What is your presence here going to do?
Yeah, same with like Lacey Peterson. They're having fucking vigils and, thousands of people at the candlelight vigil, and it's like, none of you knew her.
What is the purpose of this?
Yeah, none of you knew. Most of you aren't even from the same fucking town, let alone to say. I get it if like guys on the street or something want to come by because they knew her. They were hitting on her before Scott started banging her or whatever. I get all that, but when you're coming in from, he's from Modesto and you're driving in from Reading so that you can fucking stand in for a vigil, you're a fucking boob.
and I don't even understand what the reason for a candlelight vigil is for. What is that for? What is the reason for that?
It's for people that pretend that there's a ghost looking down that'll all of a sudden change the person that's holding them captive's view. That's what they think, is that, well, if enough people show up, well, maybe it'll change the serial killer that's holding her's mind. It's before they think they're dead.
Oh, okay.
That's usually what that's all about, is because usually you get a parent or something that stands up there in front of it and it's like, if you're the one holding my child, just let her go. Even if you cut off one of her arms, we want her back with 5 fingers.
Right.
Whatever we can have.
Right.
It's like, shut up.
It's just like that lunatic out there in Denver that did away with his wife and 2 kids, dropped them in the oil.
Yeah. Well. Oh yeah. Chris. What's his name?
Chris Barnes, or not Chris Barnes? Chris
Watts.
Chris Watts. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same thing. And look, he stood right out there with him. Hey.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Here, give me a candle. I'll hold it up. Maybe take the stink of my dead kid off my hand.
Exactly. Jeez. What a mess.
What a disaster. But again, that's what people do. They're just lame. Their lives are so uneventful that they need to jump in on the horror and shame of somebody else's life.
Right.
And it's sad. It's crazy that people are. And again, this is sounding weird because look, I'm not saying you shouldn't be compassionate.
Oh no, not at all.
It's
just weird that people show up along the street, along the side of the street, or out in front of a courthouse, and what are you gonna do?
Yeah, do you feel better? Do you walk away going, man, I did my part?
Yeah, it's like I hope that influences that jury.
Yeah, I did my part. I held the candle.
Right.
What did that fucking do?
I made a sign that said, "Baby killer, rotten hell, you bitch."
Yeah,
that's what I wrote on my sign.
Kill OJ because he killed his wife.
Right.
My fucking sign. Sure, OJ is real worried about it.
Right.
Dopes.
It's just weird, but yeah, that documentary, that Casey Anthony documentary, just looking back and seeing all the mayhem and the carnage and the media coverage and the people who showed up and all the convoluted nonsense and the speculation and the reporting, and it's just it's like, who gets caught up in that? Yeah,
I don't know. I wouldn't be me. Have you ever gone out to any protest?
Never.
I've done one. When in 2001 or 2, right after 9/11, they had a big protest here in Cleveland. People that were anti-war protesters.
Okay.
And I was definitely 1,000,000% on the let's get over there and nuke these motherfuckers to death side of things.
Yeah.
And I just saw that it was going to be, vastly one-sided. So me and Angry Pat went down there, and it turned into a big old brawl. It was a brawl. I was fucking throwing a lot of punches that day because the quote unquote peaceniks decided to start attacking the cops, and there was only about 40 cops there. So, a bunch of us vets jumped in there and started throwing down with the cops.
Sure.
But that was, and again, that was our country. That was like state of war.
Right.
And I was willing to go to war in a state of war. But now, certainly I wouldn't be going out there because somebody's kid got killed or something.
Right. Right.
It's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Dumb.
So yeah, that was the extent of my documentary watching today. Watching that Casey Anthony thing, I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? And then then of course I guess she still resides in Florida, I'm assuming.
Yeah, because they showed her sitting on the beach and stuff.
So. Yeah. So what does a Casey Anthony do for a living or anything? I wonder what she does. I know she works for that lawyer. I guess she does research and stuff. So maybe that's her job.
I got a job she could do for me. All right, I have no idea what she does. She's probably like a legal assistant for that attorney or something.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's what she does.
I'm thinking that's what she does. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's my question for you, and this goes into let's get into some real talk about Casey Anthony, not this bullshit we've been doing so far.
All right.
Is she or is she not one of the few that pulls off the short hair better than the long hair?
Yeah, I mean, she was cute when she was doing the trial thing,
Yeah.
I'm not big on the short hair thing.
I'm not either.
I mean, it was the style for the time for and granted, she was only 23 at the time,
right?
So she could get away with that fun look. She's so fun.
She's rocking the bob as
exactly.
As, Abby used to tell us.
Right. That was right about the time when Abby said that too.
Yeah, that's when Abby was rocking the bob.
Right. Of course.
Getting banged in the ass at the Cheesecake Factory or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you don't know that reference, I will tell you it's online somewhere. Go find it. It's funny.
Kay and Abby.
Kay and Abby.
Right. So what's the next real thing?
Well, that's the real thing. That's the real important thing to me is the hair. She's the one looking at her with the long hair. I was like, man, that takes her down a couple points.
Yeah. She needs a little bit of something going on with it instead of the long kind of long.
Yeah, the Morticia Addams ain't working for her, not at all.
No, that's why I was saying that she looks like Alanis when Alanis was like on Dogma.
Right.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Did you happen to see, this was a story about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, that she showed up as one of the stage whores at a Steel Panther show?
Who did?
Casey Anthony.
She did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, I didn't know she was out in public. I didn't realize she was like being seen out there.
Yeah, she was out at a Steel Panther show. And she here, I'll put the picture up.
All right.
She showed up and was on stage with Steel Panther.
No shit.
And I don't think they knew it. I think they just thought she was just some
who identified her?
The media.
Oh yeah, they said we spotted her out.
Oh yeah, I'll put it up right now.
All right.
Yeah, even this is like from TMZ or something.
All right. She was one of the dancing whores.
Yeah, she was one of the whores at the Steel Panther show. Come on, baby, load up. It's loading. Why is it taking so long? There it is.
So what they were playing? Oh, how about that? That's pretty funny.
So I guess she's not that broken up.
Apparently not.
There she blows.
Wow, how about that? So were they playing a show in Florida or something?
Must have been. I mean, they are on tour, so.
All right.
But there she is. Out of the Steel Panther show.
Oh, that's funny.
Of all the places that she turns up, she's trying to shed the whole party girl image and everything with this documentary. And where does she show up? The one band that is just known for straight up sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Right, of course. Who says that mama can't dance?
Yeah, that's funny.
That is funny. She's got the little corset top on and looking all whorish up there.
Yeah, she's still, and again, this plays into why I think it just doesn't matter what she says. She's a straight liar.
Yeah.
She's trying to be all sympathetic with all the crying and everything that she was doing in that documentary.
She did a lot of crying in that documentary.
She's a cry on demand girl.
Oh yeah, she is. Since you brought that up too, what did you think at the very beginning of the documentary in the rented house? How she brought all those pictures and the crayon drawings?
Oh yeah, I know.
All that dramatic effect, hanging this stuff on this is all I have left.
Yeah, shut up. Yeah, because you fucking choked out your kid, you dummy. All I have is this crayon drawing. It's actually the crayon she was holding while I was choking her to death.
Right.
Just scribbling on the page as she was trying to get loose. Fucking moron.
Wow.
Yeah, my personal opinion, I don't want to turn this into a legal situation. My personal opinion is that she absolutely killed her kid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. It's, you still have people on both sides of the spectrum, obviously her legal team that defended her, and some of the closer friends that she still has and stuff. They go that, there's just no way that girl could have done that. And then of course the other side of the coin is, she absolutely did do that.
Yeah. Well, to me, and again, this is only me, but the made up nanny,
that was really weird. And then making up that she worked at Universal Studios.
Yeah. I mean, just the big lies that just fell apart on her.
Yeah, it's just like, why would you tell them that you do that? And why would you? It just made no sense. I mean, aside from just being a pathological liar.
Yeah, but still, she had friends, so she didn't lie all the time. Because if you lied all the time, then those people would get, dude, when you're around somebody that lies on purpose, you get rid of them.
Yeah, you get wise to them after a while. You get tired of their shenanigans, and you and I got to kind of part company here.
Exactly. Or you stop inviting them to the next party or whatever. Unless she was showing up and blowing those guys in their fucking house, and I know it sounds like a joke, but it might not be.
Well, it may not be.
I mean, you get this hot chick and she's giving you pussy, and you don't have to work real hard for it because she doesn't have a lot of friends, doesn't have a friend circle. Okay. Whatever. Come on over, Case.
Yeah.
Here, have a drink. Have this dick.
Hey, this dick's for you.
That's right. Have this dick and a fucking beer chaser, babe. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, I just didn't believe her. I 1000%. Didn't believe her the first time. Don't believe her anymore now. Don't care how many tears she cries and how many times she gets up and walks away and cries loudly off camera, but loud enough that we can hear her. Fuck you, you crying bitch. You killed your kid.
Right.
In my opinion.
Right. So bad. Well, it was definitely an interesting watch. I watched it all the way through and to the end, and I thought, well, this will make some good opening no fodder.
Yeah, it definitely did.
And I'm glad you watched it. I didn't have any idea if you had seen it or not.
Oh yeah, I've been on a documentary kick this week. I watched that one. I watched the Phil Spector, which is great. I'll tell everybody to watch that one. Me and Ferentinos are going to talk about that one on Monday. That's why I'm kind of not getting into it, but I'd like you to watch it and we can talk about it.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it and we'll get into it next Saturday.
Yeah, because it's a 5-part thing. I think it's 5 parts, either 4 or 5, but it deals with his career, but then it gets into him whacking that chick.
Right.
And it's really, really, it might be the best documentary I've ever watched. I mean, I couldn't believe how granular they got into some of this stuff about blood spatter. I mean, it was fresh out the OJ trial with the blood spatter stuff, and Henry Lee was accused of being not like legit, and so I mean, it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's worth watching. But I watched that one. Then there's another one on Showtime called UFO.
Okay.
This is another. Are you into UFOs or ufology or any of that stuff, or no?
It's interesting to me. I mean, I don't really have an opinion one way or the other. I know that, that's why they're called UFOs, is because they're some unidentified flying object, whether it's a government experiment or whether it's, if you want to believe that there's beings from other planets or whatever it is, but it is a phenomenon, and it is something that people have witnessed, and they have caught it on camera, and so it does exist. So I'm mildly intrigued by it. I'm not like full in. Well, it's real, dude. You know that, but I know it exists. It exists. I know it exists. It's out there. Who knows what it is?
Sure. Well, this documentary, they break everything down like really well. Like I mean, I used to watch UFO shit all the time. Went on the History Channel back before they were doing Pawn Stars or whatever as history. But back when it was actual History Channel, they always remember back in the day when the History Channel was like 7 hours of Hitler followed by 5 hours of UFOs and then repeat.
Right.
That I used to watch all that stuff, and I used to love it. But UFOs have kind of gone ever since Trump. Was it Trump or was it Puddinhead that released the files?
I think it was Trump.
Was it Trump? Ever since then, UFOs have kind of dropped off the map.
Or they recognize them as existing.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, people aren't talking about it as much anymore. But then I watched this documentary and it really breaks down why it almost takes both points. Like some of the points are that it's real, that there are aliens out there. And then some of the points are that it's all government conspiracy. And it started in Roswell and it was done because of, they were doing some secret balloon technology and they didn't want the Russians to know. So they made up they used disinformation to say that it was UFOs and unidentified, blah, blah, blah. I mean, they go on and on and on. It's 5 parts. It's long.
Yeah. But when you have Air Force pilots chasing something for miles and can't catch it, and reporting on it, that's when it's interesting, especially when like I said, an Air Force pilot is reporting via radio that he's in hot pursuit of something that is just like pulling away from him and he can't catch it.
Yeah.
And he can't identify it. It's like, well, what's that all about?
Yeah, or it takes a weird turn, like a way that no vehicle we've ever invented can turn or whatever. Or it does like 210 degree turn or whatever. Just some crazy turns and shit like that. So I don't know. I'm always up for a good conspiracy anyway. So I really enjoyed this UFO thing, but But yeah, the best. I'm going to recommend the Phil Spector, or it's just called Spector. It's on Showtime, and I will swear, if it ain't the best documentary I've ever seen, it's one of the top 2 or 3. It is fantastic.
Sure.
And seeing that fucking kook and all his kookiness was really kind of fun.
Excellent. All right. Well, I say we take a break here. We got a guest coming up here in the next segment here. Robbie Lochner from Jack Russell's Great White is going to join us and talk about the new DILF USA Christmas video that we played last week.
Excellent.
And what is it? Countdown to Christmas?
Yeah.
And we're going to talk to him about that and what went into making that and what the thought process was and all that.
Sure.
Because it certainly is a different video for sure. And everybody that I've shared it with is like, man, that was pretty damn good.
Nice.
I don't know if you've had any reaction or if you shared it with anybody.
Yeah, people are like, what the fuck is going on here?
I know. But everyone I've shared it with is just like, it's like, man, that was pretty funny, or it's just like, wow, that's fucked up.
Sure.
So we're gonna have Robbie answer for this.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Damn it. All right, well, we're going to take a break. We'll play a few songs. We will come back and talk to Robbie Lochner. So I'm going to dedicate a song to Casey Anthony, and she's the Cry on Demand girl. And
Van Halen, Baby's Crying.
No,
Is that Sammy Hagar?
I'm going to play something from the Back for the Attack release with so many tears.
Nice.
So for Casey Anthony, you little whore. Here's Doc and exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
Thanks for checking out this episode of The Classic Metal Show. Get all of our episodes uncensored at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. Join us weekly from 9 p.m. till 3 a.m. Eastern at www.cmsradio.net. Participate in the live chat room at www.chatandkill.com. Once again, thank you for checking out The Classic Metal Show with Neeley and Chris. Hail and kill, fuck you, pal, and hand job.